Today on Live Daily News, today is Veterans Day. Angelo Live received a video on the city employee that was attacked by dogs, and the Grape Volunteer Fire Department has made a change on March Road. I'm James Bellini, and this is Live. We'll get to the news in a minute, but first, looking for a place with more action than Thanksgiving in an election year? Well, the ArcLight Bar and Grill is the place for you. Watch all the football you can handle on the largest video wall in West Texas with 20 other flat screen TVs to keep you up with your favorite team. Also, you can catch these hands at the ArcLight as the highly anticipated match between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson is happening this Friday. Then on Saturday, UFC 309 is taking place, so watch all the fights and some football at the ArcLight Bar and Grill inside the Clarion Hotel located at 441 Rio Concho Drive in downtown San Angelo. Starting off the news, San Angelo received exclusive video of the city employee who was attacked by dogs, 7 or 8 he claims, and it appears to be doing well. In the video, he retells the story of what happened when he responded to a residence on Cloud Street when he was attacked by nearly 10 dogs. The city of San Angelo did say the man was in stable condition, but we are unaware if any criminal charges have been brought against the dog's owner. And also, a GoFundMe has been started for the victim. And San Angelo Live did not seek out this video as it was sent to us in our messages. And today is Veterans Day, and several businesses in town have closed in observance. Those include federal, city, and some county offices, and the U.S. Postal Service. Banks and schools have remained open, though. Veterans Day is different than Memorial Day, which recognizes military personnel that lost their lives during service, whereas Veterans Day recognizes all veterans, alive and those who have passed. Have you downloaded the San Angelo Live mobile app yet? It's free and it's the best app in the business. Download off the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Stay up to date with news in San Angelo. The Grape Creek Volunteer Fire Department has installed a solar-powered flashing stop sign at March Road following a fatal crash where an adult and a 10-year-old child were killed. The Grape Creek Volunteer Fire Department coordinated with TxDOT and the Tonga County Commissioner's Office to secure new equipment to increase visibility at the March Road and US 87 intersection. The fire department also said that this crash caused sadness for the community, and they're hoping that the flashing stop sign will help raise awareness of driver safety in the area. And in the weather, it looks like we are entering fall as the highs this week are in the upper 70s and the lows will be in the 40s and even the 30s. Right now, though, it's 75 outside with a high of 77, and tonight the low drops down to 49. Tomorrow, the high jumps up to 80, and then tomorrow night the low dips down to 57. And a cold front looks to push through as the high on Wednesday drops to 74, and break out the hoodies and jackets as Wednesday night the low reaches down to 38. There is no rain in the forecast at the moment. When we come back, Bobcats head coach Mark Smith spoke with the media in his season-ending press conference, and then Elizabeth Dantzler and Monica Ramos are here to talk about Shop Small Saturday. But first, a word from the Bass Bunch.
$59,999 for a new Ford Expedition XLT. Get a full-size 3-row seating SUV for the family that needs a lot of room. Equipped with a moonroof, second-row captain seats, along with many more features, make it the absolute perfect SUV. You can only get deals like this at Jim Bass Ford, Houston Hart and Arden Road, or shop 24/7 at bassbunch.com, or use this QR code. Yep, the one on my shirt.
Alrighty, Coach. Obviously, you didn't make the playoff, but the inaugural season for you, in my opinion, I know you said after week 2, there's no such thing as a moral victory, but in my opinion, you got the guys to play a lot better than ever predicted every single game. I think game in and game out, there was zero chance of you guys not being in it till the end. Just give us your overall thoughts of the season.
Yeah, I'm just really proud of the team. I am. I'm really, I'm a happy coach today. I'm sad that the season's over. I do wish we'd won more games than we did, but I'm happy. When you look at a big to-do list and things that you wanted to check off the list in terms of a season, I think that there was an expectation to win with our team, which I do not believe was in place prior to. We're in every game that we were in. We've closed the gap on everybody within this league that we played. I kind of was, putting the numbers together there. I like looking at things from a statistical standpoint. The 7 common opponents that we had from last year to this year, the team was 0-7 last year in those games. We were 3-4 in those games this year, and closed the gap point-wise by 122 points in those games. Some of them you won, but the ones we didn't, we got them a lot closer than they were. So I feel like there's an expectation to win here. The work habits that are required to compete at a high level are in place.
go off what you just kind of ended your statement with, you've set the concrete now. You're getting ready next year to put up the walls.
Yep.
How can you build off of this season with the guys?
Well, I think that you build off just how close that you were. I think that now the guys, the attention to detail that's required in every snap of every game. And that's something that we talk to the guys about all the time. You never know which one it is. And one of my favorite plays of every game is, I think I've shared this with you guys before, is PAT field goal block. And then what a tremendous impact that you can have on a game. And I come in this morning and we're meeting with the team, and the first thing I say is, did you guys see the Broncos and Chiefs game? And Aiden Perez was sitting down in front. He goes, I did. He goes, I thought of you immediately when I saw that. And I said, well, that's what I love. The guys see things from a different lens now about how important every single snap is in the game. And I think that, that's something that's hard. You have to continually, go over that and communicate those things to your players, and to have the mental stamina to be able to stay into games all the time and not knowing which play is the one, but to always assume if I don't do my job with excellence right here, it could impact the game in a negative way for our team. So I think that those are the little things that I want to build on. We close the gap, but then there's always those 2 or 3 plays within all of those games that if we would have just made this play or just done this, it could have gotten us over that hump. So that's kind of the emphasis moving forward.
Yeah, I know it's easy to be retrospective now with the season over, but you lost Colton Hill for a majority of the season. He was your #1 receiver last year. Kind of, do you think about how things maybe could have ended differently if you had him for a couple more games?
Yeah, I certainly wish he would have been on the team, and or participating, with the team. But he made an impact, even not participating, just with his, positivity that he brings every day, always outside of practice, encouraging those that are around him. I think that when you have a strong leader like him, what he can bring, even if he's not participating, still adds value. But obviously his skill level would have impacted the team in a positive way. But I think also within that, there's a vacuum that gets filled. We had guys like Gavin Johnson and Jesse Smith and Jimmy Edwards, and that just step up into those moments, whenever there is a void with somebody. So, with things like that, there also comes opportunity for other guys. But I think he had a tremendous impact on the team, but we also saw some other guys kind of develop right in front of us, that maybe wouldn't have otherwise, had that situation been different.
Yeah, kind of talk about this senior class. It's your first senior class here,
Yeah.
and kind of what they meant to, they bought in right away.
They did.
And now they've helped you build this foundation.
Yeah, really happy, for each one of those guys. I'm proud of them. I'm glad that we got their final game here at San Angelo Stadium a win. They walked off the field to win. Started on a Friday night, ended on Saturday afternoon. But what a great experience for them. And I told them this morning just in a private meeting with the seniors how grateful I am for each one of them and for being put in that situation. That's not always easy to say, okay, something happened to my coach and a new coach is coming in for my senior year, and now what? There's a lot of kind of things that go through your mind as a young man, and that is, we're going to change offense and defense and new terminology, and am I going to fit in somewhere on this team, and is he going to look to the underclassmen only and kind of bypass older guys to build for the future? And those are real things that go through the minds of young people. But they did. They came in and bought in. They jumped into the deep end of the pool. That's what I told them, and they treaded water for a while, and then they got, okay, I'm comfortable in here. I know exactly what it's like in this environment. And then it became easy, and now they're the ones bringing along all of the underclassmen. I frame it in a story this way, about when you've got a very successful program, and we elevated to to this right away. You've got a freshman class that comes in, and I tell the story that they're in a wheelchair, and they can't get around from one place to another. They don't know where to go, and then they need help with everything that they're doing. And then you elevate to a sophomore year player, and you take that wheelchair away and you put them on a set of crutches, and now they can move around a lot easier, but still they're limited in certain things that they can and can't do, and need some help along the way. And then you take the crutches away and they become a junior, and now I know exactly where I'm going. I know the lay of the land around here. I know what's expected of me. I know right where to go and when to be there. And then you've got a group of seniors that they've already been through that freshman, sophomore, and junior phase, and what they're doing is the seniors are going back and pushing the wheelchairs for the freshmen. That's what they do during their senior year, and that's what keeps the cycle of a strong culture within a team going. And I felt like this senior class did exactly that. They jumped in, not really knowing what's going on at first, but as soon as they felt good and comfortable in there, and I can trust this guy, and I know exactly what he has in mind, then they started pushing those wheelchairs around for everybody else, helping guys on crutches along the way, doing their part to make sure that the culture was right where it needed to be so the team could go and be as successful as it could.
You talk about Christian English specifically,
Yeah.
quarterback, kept you in a lot of games. He's a senior, he's graduating. Just talk about him specifically real quick.
Well, he's had a tremendous impact on this program, over the course of the last 2 years, obviously being a starting quarterback here and the responsibility and obligations that come with that. But then, I think about him, obviously he made a ton of plays for us on the field, but what an outstanding young man that he is on top of that. Just a tremendous leader, a great culture guy in the locker room, around the players, amongst the staff. He's one of those guys that follow me. I think the very best leaders are the ones that give people a reason to follow them. And Christian is one that does that. Not always the most vocal person in that role, but by his actions. And, that's what I say. Leadership is about giving people a reason to follow you. And he's certainly done that here in this program. And there's guys within our program that would do well trying to emulate the things that he's done. And, tremendous plays on the field, helped us win games, kept us in games, always just kind of one snap away from him making a big play. And, I certainly felt good when the ball was in his hands all season long, and he earned that. And he's had a great career here. It'll go down as one of the best that's played here at San Angelo Central.
Speaking of keeping you in games, back to your introductory press conference when you got here, you are 1-9 last year.
Yep.
And you said something to the effect of, you are what your record says you are. But after being in all these close games, do you still stand by that?
I do. We're a 4-6 football team. I think we're a solid 4-6 football team. I think there's caveats within that, but you are exactly what your record says you are. So that's part, to go back to a question earlier, that's part of the motivation going forward, and then the little details that come within that. There's sometimes when you start, there's so many things that need to be done, and as you narrow down exactly what those things are, you attack those different areas to try to work yourself into a stage of improvement. And then we saw that in a lot of ways throughout the course of this season. And being here, I guess about 8 months on the job right now, I'm happy from where it was when I walked in this building at the beginning of February to right now. I'm very happy with where the program is now. We got to take the next step now going forward. So we got to find a way. We've closed the gap with everybody that we're playing. How can we make those 1 or 2 plays and have the mental discipline to stay locked into every single play of every game to where those go in our favor now, and now you're winning those games. And, now you've got another 3 or 4 wins in the win column at the end of the regular season.
Yeah, I still think, even with the departing senior class, the defense especially, it's a very young football team still. How do you feel like, just the improvement that they made from game 1 to game 10?
Real happy about that. That was, and that, there's a little bit of those growing pains that you go through too as a coach and the staff and with your team, and how are they going to respond to certain things throughout the course of the season. But then I knew, as I saw the improvement from the first game to really the second half of the second game on, okay, now we got a group that's bought in, that's invested, and a little bit is within them. They're kind of unsure of exactly what to do, and if you're that way, it's hard to play the game of football. But then the light bulbs started to go off with guys, and the confidence started to come to them, and then we expanded the playbook with them defensively, and to see the progress that they made throughout the course of the year was really one that keeps me as a coach optimistic about the future. And like you said, the majority of those guys that started on defense were underclassmen. We just had a few seniors that started on that side of the ball, and I feel good on offense as well. We got almost all of our skill positions other than quarterback were underclassmen that started for us. And but we're going to go back, just like I told the team this morning. I did this when I got here in February. When we start skills and drill development out here, we play everybody on both sides of the ball. Team 105 next year, the formula to put together the best guys on the field, the best position, will look different than Team 104 from this year. So you may see some guys that played offense that are playing defense next year, or the other way around, just to find the best way to put together the best product on the field. So, I think that's one thing that they've embraced as well. They kind of like the opportunity to see, where am I best fitting on this team for this year?
Coach, when you take over a program and you have the senior leadership that this has here at Central, it's kind of a double-edged coin or a double-sided coin. You do have a lot of experience for underclassmen to kind of look up to, but then the next season you go in and you lose a lot of key pieces. To kind of go off of the Christian English question earlier, when you go to replace a guy like that next season, do you have the next man up step into this offense, or do you build the offense around the next guy?
Well, I think you build the offense around the next guy. I think that that's what's unique about high school football, is that what's different than college football is you may be able to recruit to a certain system, but you know, in high school football, you have the young men that are in your building, you know, and in your school, and you know, what are their skills and what do they bring to the table and what do they do best, you know, and Christian looks different from our other quarterbacks, and so I think that that's a sign of a good coach, is that you build, you know, your systems around what do your guys do best, you know, and then so that's kind of the first layer of that, and I think that it's a competition. I told the team this morning, I said, you know, everything around this program is earned, you know, and I said it on the first day on the job. I was in that turf room right behind us, and I said, I was standing right over there, and I said, football's a game of doing. You know, it's about doing, not about talking or saying or thinking or wishing. It's about doing, and everyone will earn, you know, what they get to go and do next year. And I pointed out Mason Van Sickle. I said, you know, he's had a tremendous season, a great underclassman, a captain on our team, you know, probably the best football player we have coming back. That Mason is not guaranteed his job right there next year. He has to go and earn it. I'm certain that he will. But, you know, the point was made that everybody here, you know, is on notice about, man, I've got to go and perform every day. And even once I kind of feel like I have that spot established, we need the attitude of guys that walk into these doors every day. I got to go earn it again today, or somebody's chasing after it. I think that there's a healthiness to that kind of, you know, performance, you know, anxiety, if you will, that, man, I got to perform. You know, this is a performance-based game, and I want guys that embrace that like that challenge, that want to come in and prove to everyone and themselves every day, this is where I belong.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the giants and who will never, ever flinch.
And welcome back, everybody. I'm James Bellini. I'm here with Monica Ramos with Downtown San Angelo.
Hi, James.
And Elizabeth Dantzler with the ASU Small Business Development Center.
Hello, James.
How you doing?
We're happy to be here today.
All right. We have something coming up after Thanksgiving. You got, obviously, Thanksgiving on Thursday, Black Friday on Friday, and then Shop Small Saturday.
Yes.
That's coming up. And San Angelo, Downtown San Angelo is participating in Shop Small Saturday.
Yeah, Downtown San Angelo and the ASU Small Business Development Center team up every year as neighborhood champions for the American Express Small Business Campaign. This was created back in 2010. And it's to encourage shoppers to shop local, but more importantly, think of small businesses during the holidays when they're shopping for gifts, for Christmas. Think of the mom and pop shops and the restaurants. Support the local economy.
Right. I know everybody goes to Amazon or Walmart or something that does, but you can
Yeah,
shop.
you think of the big box stores first and you shop online, but you want to remember that your community depends on the customer base, and we should put back into our small businesses here because they are the backbone of our community.
Absolutely. And what exactly is Shop Small Saturday? Just kind of...
It's a big marketing campaign to get not just San Angelo. We say San Angelo because that's who we support. We're cheerleaders I'm a cheerleader for downtown, all of San Angelo. But this is something that is celebrated across the nation. It's an American marketing campaign, American Shop Small campaign, small business, if you will.
It's not just San Angelo doing this. It's everybody across.
Yes, that's
across
correct. Yeah, and through the American Express partnership, they are the ones that kind of coined the term Shop Small Saturday, and they've pushed it out across their platform. So we just kind of partner with them for their resources, and we get to share those resources with small businesses here in San Angelo, and across the Concho Valley. So.
All right. And how do people get involved? How do these small businesses who want to get involved in this? How do they go about that?
Yeah. There's a few ways that you can actually get involved, and so we have a lot of marketing and social media resources on our website, sbdc.angelo.edu, and there's also a Google form that you can fill out if you want to be part of our advertisement and be listed on our website as a small business that's participating in that Shop Small Saturday. Then you can fill out that form just with your title and location, and we'll go ahead and put you on our website as well. And then also you can just, as a small business owner, you can promote it yourself, right? And so just being open, making sure you communicate to your customers through that Thanksgiving weekend. We are still open. We are open for your sales, for your loyalty. And so because I think there's a lot of times that consumers could be confused on who's open during that holiday, weekend, right? And so just making sure you get that information out there it is very important.
And that's where we come in, where we can help downtown San Angelo and the SBDC, because we receive those marketing materials from American Express. So any business could reach out to downtown or the Small Business Development Center, and we'd be happy to send over some materials, because I know being a small business owner also means that you're busy. You have a lot to handle. You've got a lot on your plate. You may not have time to create a campaign for your business, but we're here to help and provide those materials, as well as American Express. They've already got templates laid out to where businesses can use those materials on their marketing platforms. And so we're happy to help in any way that we can.
Yeah, and those resources look like social media posts, they look like flyers to put in your window, stickers, just different posters. So anything that says Shop Small, we're open, just to make sure that people are aware of that. We're also going to be handing that information out on our monthly business brown bag. So that happens the third Thursday of every month. So November, it's all focusing on Shop Small Saturday and then holiday promotions. So our presentation is going to go over strategies to kind of leverage both the holiday and the full holiday season kind of in your marketing message in social media as well as print and online. And so we encourage folks to come out to that. It's, again, November 21st, third Thursday of the month, 12 to 1 p.m. at the Business Resource Center. And that's in partnership, again, with Downtown San Angelo, the Chamber of Commerce, and the City of San Angelo Development Corporation. And so we're just going to be talking about holiday marketing, social media, Shop Small Saturday, just everything to get the word out that your business is going to be open for those holiday sales opportunities.
All right. And do we already have a list of people who have signed up? Do we know who's going to already be involved a little bit with Shop Small Saturday?
Everyone should be involved.
Yes.
Every small business should be involved. There's no fee to participate. This is something that creates awareness to the customer base, to our San Angelo community. We want everyone to be involved, from the business owners to the people that we're speaking to right now that are listening in and watching. You're the shopper, you're the customer base. Come show your love and support the small businesses. We want to keep them around. They offer unique services. They offer more specialty as far as customer service as well. Go share that love with the small businesses.
Yeah. No, I mean, I just walk downtown. You got Eggemeyer's, and you got Fat Cats Gaming across the street, and you've got all the bars.
There's
downtown
a big
too,
variety, and they are all. Our downtown is comprised of all local small businesses, and so that's a good spot to start and go walk around and support the businesses for sure.
Yeah, and I think a lot of stigma behind that is like, when you think of Shop Small, a lot of people just think like retail. But in all reality, Shop Small is everything. So that's going to include your restaurants, your beauty, your services, and your shopping retail, right? So Shop Small is every small business that is open for your services or those products, right? And so we just want to include everyone, and we want to encourage everyone to be active in this campaign. To one, bring more business. If you're a business owner, bring more customers to your space. But then as a customer, you have a lot of great products and services in San Angelo, and so we just encourage you to keep using them during the holidays. So.
All right. Did I miss anything? Did we miss anything?
Just again, if you're looking for the resources, so we have a link for free marketing resources on our website, and the link to register for the business brown bag, sbdc.angelo.edu.
All right. Well, Monica, Elizabeth, thank you for coming in today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Back to you guys.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Kano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Kano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thank you for watching the Live Daily News Show, the only locally owned news show in the Contra Valley. Go like us on Facebook, X, and other social media platforms, and download the San Angelo Live mobile app to update with news from in and around the Contra Valley. Thanks again, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.